Hello everyone and welcome to Learn by Watch. This is Alisha's Guide to Python, and in today's session we are going to cover type conversion. So let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to Learn by Watch. This is Alisha's Guide to Python, and in today's session we'll be covering Python type conversion. So as we discussed in the previous session where we talked about input and output, and we were taking input through input function. Over there, we saw that whenever you take input through input function, you get it as a string. So what if I wanted to take a numerical value from the user? The input function will still store it as a string. So how do I convert it to int? So in that scenario, type conversion comes into the picture. So let's see how we can do that with the help of our Python shell. We can even create from here a new script and then do it like this. You can do it, you can save it as try.py, and over here what I do is I will give a equal to input of let's say enter your age, and after that I also am going to show you type of it. So print type of a. That's what we are going to do. Then what we are going to do, here we are printing type of a. So what I am going to do before type of say, I will say this is just taken as an input. We have just taken it as an input and we are checking for the type of a, right? And then I will be doing is I will give a equal to int of a, and then I will again print after type conversion of a, and here I will just close this and I will print type of a, Okay, great. Now there's one more thing that we'll talk. Let's just see that, and then now after that you go to run and click on run module, and it asks me enter your age. I say 20. This is just taken as an input. So this is just telling it that after taking input we got class as str, that is string. Then after conversion we got the class as int. Now I will work here. I will give a equal to 90 and do it. And now when I check type of a, it should be string because I have put it inside strings or quotes, right? So it gives me type is str. Now when I just say a, it gives me 90 in single quotes, telling me that it's a string. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, tell me what is int of a. Then it gives me just 90 without the quotes, right? But right now if I again call a, it's going to be the one with the string. So if you want to convert the value, in this case, we are converting it to int, but we are not storing it back in a. So you must store it back into a if you want to use this value as a. I hope this is also clear, right? So type conversion done. So there are even two types of type conversion, explicit and implicit. And what we did right now was explicit conversion. How? Because the programmer, that's me, I forced it. I forced the program to do type conversion. I forced it to do type conversion. This was the programmer forced it in the program. Otherwise, it was not going to happen, right? Similarly, you can do it for like, you have some value, you can do it to float also. For that, use float, and open parenthesis and close parenthesis. We'll see that too. But let me talk about implicit conversion as well. Now, implicit conversion is done when the interpreter itself will do it. When the Python itself does it. Programmer has nothing to do with it. And when can it happen? Well, it happens when you are adding an int value to a float value. Okay, when you're adding an int value to a float value, your result will automatically be a float value. That is when you didn't do anything, the interpreter itself did a conversion for you, type conversion. That type of conversion is known as implicit conversion. But explicit conversion is the programmer is forcing Python to do that. Now, let's go back and let's say I define b equal to 60.67, right? And I say type of b first. So what do you think is going to be the type of b? Do you think it's int? Well, it's float, right? So now I'm going to do is I will say that no. I want this b to be int. So I say int of, and I store it back to b because I want to use it like that later. So when I click enter and I ask what's b now, b is now 60. Now when I did forced conversion from float to int, do you see I lost some value? I lost 0.67 there. I lost some information there, right? So that is also can happen when you do explicit conversion. There is this one disadvantage that can happen, that is loss of information or data, right? And now for implicit conversion, let's say I have b, right now b is 60 as we can see. Let me also have a equal to 50.68. Now what I do is I do a plus b. So in this case a is float and b is int. So, and I also store them in sum. And then I call sum and it's going to be 110.68. So if I check type of sum, which is actually already seen to us because it just shows it has some decimal value over there, right? So it already is known to us that it is float, but let's check it and it's float. Although one of them was int, one of them was float, it did a type conversion on its own and gave you the sum. So I hope now the difference between implicit conversion and explicit conversion, both of them are clear and you can work with it with no problem at all. If you have any doubts regarding that, please put them down in the below in the comment section and I will help you. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next one.
I hope now you are clear with type conversion. In this video, we also saw implicit and explicit type conversion. So I hope the difference between them is also clear. But if you still have any doubts, you know what to do. You have to put it down in the comment section and I will help you. And if you like this video, give it a like, share it with your friends so that they can also take advantage of this course. In the next video, I am bringing for you Python debugging. So do check that out. Thank you so much for joining today's session. See you in the next one.